Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out from the Russia-Ukraine war to share with you. We've got some big news that it looks like Russia is going to be preparing for another offensive near Kharkiv once again. This will be their third attempt at trying to push into the Kharkiv region. There's some reports here that Ukraine's military is saying that Russian forces are amassing for an offensive near Kharkiv once again. And there's some villages that are nearby in the Kharkiv Oblast, and apparently the Russians are starting to mass troops near these villages. There's a village called Hlybok. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Lybok, but I have it on the screen there for you. So this gentleman right here, his name is Nazar Voloshin. He is the spokesperson of the Khortytsia group of forces, and Khortytsia is one of the branches of the Ukrainian armed forces, okay? One of their ground forces. So he came out and stated this. He was speaking to Interfax Ukraine, a Ukrainian publication. He said this yesterday. Okay, so he said Russia has deployed additional assault units near the village of Lybok in Kharkiv Oblast to prepare for offensive operations. Okay, that's what he stated. So it looks like the Russians are going to be doing this again. This will be, from what I understand, probably their third time attacking this region. We'll see how it goes for them. 2 times in a row, what we have seen is they've basically failed, where they start to push in, but then they don't get too far. They kind of stall out. This second attack that they launched somewhere around May seemed to be a little bit more effective than what we saw the first time around towards the beginning of the war. I think it was in 2022 when they originally tried to attack the Kharkiv region. But it looks like they're going to try this again here very soon, so I'm probably going to be doing more reports on the Kharkiv Oblast region here once again. So I want to go over some information here with you today. We're going to talk a little bit about this upcoming attack on the Kharkiv region once again. And then also, I'm going to be showing you guys some video footage. It looks like just yesterday, I believe, too, the Russians had targeted inside the Kharkiv region. There was a town of Derhachi, I think is what it's called. And Derhachi came under attack by Iskander missiles. And apparently 2 of them landed on a school. There was like a kindergarten that got completely destroyed. I'm not sure what the target was there. I don't know if Ukrainians were using this building as shelter and maybe a command center, but there was a kindergarten that was literally attacked and destroyed by Iskander missiles. So we're going to talk about that as well, since that's relating to the Kharkiv region. So I want to get right into this. On the Kyiv Independent, says Ukraine war latest. Russia gathering forces in Kharkiv Oblast for fresh attacks, the military says. So this just came out today, actually. And here's a picture. This is in Vovchansk. If you guys weren't aware of this, Vovchansk and the Kharkiv Oblast. I've talked a lot about Vovchansk. This is where the most heavy fighting has taken place between the Russians and the Ukrainians in the Kharkiv region. And this town originally had, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, something around 14,000 people. I don't think it was a major town, but it was one of the bigger towns in this area near the border, and it's just been under heavy attack. It's seen numerous glide bombs landing into this town as well. So Vovchansk has just been completely leveled to the ground. This is an older photo back when it was attacked more often. This is May 17th. So it says here, Russia's deployed additional assault units near the village of Lybok in Kharkiv Oblast to prepare for offensive operations. Nazar Voloshin, the spokesperson of the Khortytsia group of forces, told Interfax Ukraine on July 21st. The village of Lybok is located in the northern part of Kharkiv Oblast, 7 kilometers south of the border with Russia and 39 kilometers north of Kharkiv. Russia launched its offensive in Kharkiv Oblast on May 10th, but the assault quickly stalled. Around 20,000 Russian troops were killed during the failed push in the northeastern region, according to President Vladimir Zelensky. Okay, so that's what we were talking about earlier. Vladimir Zelensky came out recently and announced that their attack, the Russians attacking in this area, completely failed. It didn't work out for them very well, and that's kind of what we saw. We started to see them stall out over time, and they took a few, maybe like 4 or 5, 6 villages very quickly, and then shortly after that, that's kind of when we started to hear them stalling out and not really going anywhere. So it says Russia is currently massing new troops near the village of Lybok, including assault groups of the 155th Separate Marine Brigade of the Russian Pacific Fleet and the 18th Motorized Rifle Division of the 11th Army Corps, according to Voloshin. Russian troops used drones for remote mining of the area, the spokesperson added. Voloshin said that in the central and eastern parts of the town of Vovchansk, which became the scene of some of the heaviest fighting in Kharkiv Oblast. Russian troops continue to regroup forces for further attacks. It has also been confirmed that that assault unit of the 153rd Tank Regiment of the 47th Tank Division of the Russian Armed Forces has been withdrawn for recovery. Its positions have been taken by the personnel of the Russian 128th Separate Motorized Rifle Brigade of the 44th Army Corps and the Akhmat unit, the spokesperson added. The Ukrainian military also recorded the arrival of additional personnel from the 41st Motorized Rifle Regiment and the 72nd Motorized Rifle Division near the Ukrainian border to replenish thinned ranks. Okay, so it looks like there's multiple divisions and brigades that are starting to show up in this area. And, this is definitely a major sign that it looks like another offensive is going to be coming. Hopefully Ukraine can hold out. We'll see if they can. But we know that their forces are stretched very thin in this region. We last heard as well that Ukraine was completely running out of troops. They didn't have enough troops to fight anymore. And that if the troops were to fall apart and not be able to hold the line in the Kharkiv region, there were no reserves to back them up. So this is obviously a dangerous position for Ukraine right now. Now, there's more information down here regarding the Tuapse oil refinery. We talked about that this morning. I did a whole segment on this, that this refinery got hit. So if you guys want to read some more of this, I will cite this down below in the description for you of this video, and you can all read some more about that if you want to. But finally, I want to talk real quick about this kindergarten that got attacked. We've got video footage here. It's a minute long. So I want to go ahead and get into this just real quick before I let you guys get out of here and let you see what happened here. This is from Anton Gerashenko on X. Russia struck a kindergarten building in Derhachi, Kharkiv region with 2 Iskander missiles last night. Each costs about $3 million. Okay, $3 million. So they spent $6 million to target a children's kindergarten. Okay, so that's pretty crazy. And this came out today, July 22nd. So it looks like this happened sometime in the last 24 hours. So it might have happened yesterday on Sunday. It says the aftermath of the strike can be seen on the video. Russia continues to destroy Ukrainian civilian infrastructure. So I want to show you this because it relates to the Kharkiv region. But at the same time, isn't that crazy that they're using $6 million worth of missiles to destroy a kindergarten, essentially, okay? A school for kids. So I want you guys to see this a minute long, and then we'll talk about it after.
Ворог продовжує тероризувати місцеве населення, наносячи удари саме по цивільній інфраструктурі. Результатами сьогоднішнього нічного обстрілу став наш дитячий садочок, який ворог знищив ракетою «Іскандер», забираючи майбутнє у наших дітей. 2 дні тому ворог наніс удар по селищу Козачий Лопань, зруйнував нашу культуру, зруйнував наш дитячий садок саме в селищі Козачий Лопань, і сьогодні наніс удару по дитячому садочку місту Derhachi. Впевнений в тому, що сьогодні ворог прозвітує, як він знищив базу натовських військових на території України, а по факту він нищить заклади освіти, заклади культури і забирає майбутнє у наших дітей.
All right, so as we can see here in this video, massive damage. I'll keep replaying it while we're talking, but major hit on this school here in Derhachi. Okay, so I want to show you this because what we have reported time and time again on this channel is the Russians do a lot, okay? Just as this gentleman was saying here, they target lots of civilian infrastructure, okay? Tons of civilian infrastructure. We see dozens and dozens of towns in Ukraine completely leveled to the ground. I just saw some video footage earlier too. There was a lady that lived in Kherson, and she showed numerous houses and high-rise apartment buildings just hit by drones, hit by missiles, artillery, grad systems, these MLRS rocket launcher systems, just lots and lots of equipment from the Russians just destroying tons of civilian infrastructure inside of Ukraine. So I just wanted to share that with you and show you what's going on over here because it does relate to the Kharkiv region. But just absolutely insane what we're seeing happening over here. And if you notice in the video too, that gentleman said that the Russians will come out and say things like, oh, we targeted a NATO base a NATO headquarters or something like that. But in reality, what he's saying is that it was a school. Now, we don't know for sure whether the school, maybe it was being used by the Ukrainians. Who knows? And maybe that's why the Russians had targeted this building. But I can say for sure, based on the information that I have shown on this channel with all of you on Boyd News, is that the Russians do target civilian infrastructure, okay? There's tons of apartment buildings, homes. I mean, I'm sure that's very clear for most people to see that they do that. So it's very sad for the Ukrainian people, and I do hope that this war can come to an end. Hopefully, the Russians don't decide to attack the Kharkiv region as well, but it looks like they're going to try at it again. So like I said, I'll probably be reporting more on the Kharkiv region as we move forward in the next couple weeks. Once the Russians get ready to launch this offensive in the Kharkiv region, it's going to get very brutal once again in this area. And also considering that Ukraine is short on military forces right now, we'll see how they hold up. But I just wanted to share this information, get this out there to you. Hope you got something out of this. If you did, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.